Why are you bringing these in?
Because that way you guys can talk about it.
Be something.
Talk about the farmyard.
Well, that's the horse barn, that's the cow barn. That's the granary.
Wait, where's the double hole?
Right here, behind the chicken
That's the
coop.
two-holer.
Where's the grove of trees?
Is it even planted yet?
Out over here.
Up there.
Do you know how many Germans I killed out there?
How many what?
Germans
Where?
out in that grove of trees. I was pretending I was a soldier.
And then,
Oh, you were killing Germans.
And Japs.
And just,
but Joyce and I were up there in the snowbanks in the afternoon. It was freezing cold. But we were fighting the Korean War then.
oh.
And then
And
this,
then we'd tumble down the snowbanks.
that's how stupid I was. This tree right here. I tied a gunny sack around one of the lower branches and I filled it. I was going to practice tackling because and I had my Johnny Unitas helmet on. And it was full of catalogs. You know how that felt on my shoulder when I hit the corner of a catalog at full speed?
And no pads.
No
I'll never
pads.
forget Kai coming in the kitchen out of Mom's, and he says, I cut my end of my finger off. So I said, well, let's run some water over to see how bad it is. And I just turned my head to grab a dish towel. I was going to wrap it up. Plop! He was flat on his back. He fainted.
He fainted over his own blood.
Deformed finger.
Then one time he come in and
That was the first time.
Well, how did you do it the first time?
I was cutting a spool. I was going to make a whistle.
You're gonna make a
Just
what?
a regular
Whistle.
jackknife or something?
Yeah.
Whistle.
And I sliced the side of it off. And then it went.
Oh, God. I'm going to faint here.
You had an artery.
Huh?
The artery. That's
Yeah.
what hurts.
and then he had wild ducks from Uncle Charlie's, wasn't it?
Well, maybe. I don't know. I
And
don't
anyway,
remember.
it was hunting season, he went out hunting. And pretty soon he come in the house and he laid his head like this. And I thought he said he shot himself. He said, I shot my own ducks. And he got all of them.
And he wouldn't let us eat them either.
No way.
Was that old house sitting there?
It got cut, yeah, that's the old house.
Yeah, wasps were in there. They stung me a few times.
Mom had a setting out there.
A what?
Setting hen.
Oh, yeah.
The chicken coop was out here somewhere.
Yeah, and Roger mowed all this land out here before we got married.
And
And
got a blister.
had a blister in the photo of the wedding pictures.
There's a ditch that ran in here too, I think.
Right.
And I remember in '57, I was 4 years old. I can still remember the Fargo tornado because
Oh.
we stood out there and we looked to the south and it was just black. I can remember that sky. And I was only 4.
And that same chicken coop, Joyce would talk me into doing things. So we would get on top of this chicken coop, and then she would jump down, and I was a little bit younger, and I was chicken, so I said, I can't get down. And she'd say, yes you can, and she'd just run off and leave me, and I have to jump down. She did the same thing in the haymow. You know, there was a little platform up there by that big door.
Yeah, we used to jump in the hay.
Right, and
You had a basketball hoop up there too, if I'm not mistaken.
and she would get me up the ladder and on that platform, and then she'd jump, and then I would be chicken. And she'd say, you have to, you can't climb down the ladder backwards.
She made mean, wasn't she?
So I jumped one time, I remember, and my chin hit my knees.
Yeah, and then you knocked yourself out.
I remember the day this picture was taken.
Really?
I saw the airplane circling, and I was on this tractor out here, and Dad's working on a piece of machinery right here.
Oh, okay, I have another story right here. When Kyler was just married, I think. And he had a little orange or red tractor that had the narrow front end.
That was the co-op.
Yeah.
That bugger
and
was
he
horrible.
came from
Cock shop.
somewhere out here.
Cock shop,
and he-
no front end.
I was standing out here and he came up in that ditch and rolled it.
Did you jump?
And I
Karen
ran
didn't
over.
see him jump.
No, I ran over there thinking I was going to find him underneath the tractor, but he was sitting on the ditch bank laughing.
Sounds like him.
He
Well,
was scared.
remember,
It made him laugh.
didn't we have a sewer line that went here?
Yeah.
And remember when Ma set the house on fire?
Just watch.
Yeah.
Because we had flax straw to cover it so it wouldn't freeze in the wintertime, and she torched it here and went whoosh!
Went in
And
the
it caught the house on
dryer
fire.
vent and kind of followed in the vent where the
dryer
dryer
vent. Burned off the cover and then the fire shot in.
You see that 50 Plymouth sitting there?
Yep.
I learned to drive with that.
We drove, I always drove that to school. And
I know what's coming.
Joyce and I decided that June was always the last one to come out
I didn't want to.
of the house. So we decided that we're gonna just go to town, go
left.
to school without her.
Because she was still in bed or...
She was up in the bathroom primping.
No, she's stalling.
Yeah, anyway, I remember Joyce and I took off and Karen got in the back seat and just never said a word. That we took off and went to school. And she was,
I got to play hooky.
You stayed home all day?
yes,
She was lucky. She got to stay
And then
home.
one time, I always had to wear lipstick. He jerked all the way into Gardner.
What you're doing, put it on. Remember that living room window that was in the underneath here
The porch?
that went out to the veranda? Well, I remember the Myers. What was his name?
Larry and Elaine and
No.
Jeff and
Mary.
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 My buddy.
Yeah, they had this dog that played hide and seek with you. And I loved playing with that dog. So,
Our dog?
no, their dog.
Oh.
So I was trying to get her to take me over there so she could visit Mary. Well, the alternative motive was so I could play with the dog. Well, maybe we'll go. Maybe we'll go. And then she decided we weren't going to go. So then I got a little peed off. So I took an apple off the table and I threw it at her, and she ducked. And I broke the window.
And you had to buy a new one.
Then I had to explain to Harlan Cook why I was paying for the window. That was worse than Mom scolded me.
It's another little family deal. Mom always had pie for the harvest guys, the hired men and Dad. And the rule was in our house, whoever got in the house first from school got what was left over. Well, with blueberry pie, there was one piece left.
That's Kyler's favorite.
His favorite. Well, we could go around the kitchen, living room, bedroom, kitchen, and he was chasing me.
I was trying to get that piece of pie away from
And
her.
I said, I'll share with you. I want it all. That's just how I said it. So he come out of the bedroom, and I was in the kitchen, and I just, sting! I wanted to hit him right in the face while he ducked down Mom's wallpaper.
Blueberry stain. I witnessed it too. Did you see it, Joyce?
I might have. Yeah.
I think I was on the south end
We
of
were
the
watching
kitchen.
them going around circles.
And then Joyce and I played basketball. We had two oatmeal empty boxes, one on each door,
And the bottom cut out.
and the bottom cut out. We had a little rubber hard ball so we could actually bounce it. And we'd play, and we'd get mad at one another because we were falling. Here's Karen in a little kid's chair, sitting by the cellar door with her cheerleading outfit on. It
In a
was,
winter coat.
it was a storm coat.
Yeah. I came in from the bedroom, and pretended while I was coming into the gym. And took my coat off and sat in that chair and waited to do my cheers.
Well, then we got in a fight, and Dad threw us out in the porch. It's about 20 below,
Back
So we got under Dad's overalls and whatever. And he says, "You can come in. You can come back in when you cool down." As far as
We couldn't argue.
fighting. Well, Miss Stubborn, she didn't. I went in. She stayed out there a little longer.
Was that out that where Ma used to do the wash machine with the ringer? Is that out in that porch?
Yeah, the old
The front-
shed.
The old original one.
Oh, I don't think I remember that.
No.
No.
It was on this side over here.
And then one night we were playing basketball, Joyce and I, and Karen was cheerleading. And we had, I don't know his name, but he was the crabbiest, ugliest old hired man.
There wasn't oldie.
And he was sitting on the couch reading the newspaper. And Joyce just hauled off and slung it, and it boom! We went and ran and hid in Mom and Dad's bedroom, giggling. Remember that?
I don't remember, we were talking about that on the phone. I don't remember doing that.
Well, you did it.
This granary, the doors were open. I don't think you guys ever remember that, but Del Colwell and Pat Colwell used to, well, Pat used to come over and Adele, and they'd play their trumpets
Oh,
or cornets.
In the granary?
Well,
The echo, I suppose.
it echoed, but they would always be, they'd open the doors and then they'd stand out right inside the door and blow their horns out.
well, I remember, this wasn't a fun memory. This is a cow barn. There's a hay mow in it with loose hay. And we had some kitties. And Dad and Ole, the Norwegian hired man, were
Ole,
milking
Ole.
cows. And there's an opening in the floor, a square. And they
Where you
didn't
drop the
get-
hay down.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how old were you, Kai, when you fell on the cement?
I think it was 6. I
remember.
I was 5 or 6. Anyway, I had a little kitty, and I was tumbling backwards, rolling backwards down the hay pile.
It went down the chute.
Yeah. He just cracked his head.
That could ruin your whole day.
Well, but
did.
Mom said that Kyler looked down there and says, "We're done."
No,
No, I looked down. I said, where'd the Kyler go?
Where'd
And in the
Kyler go?
meantime, he falls down and fractures his skull.
No, I was looking down that opening, and you only hollered, get down the stairs, get down the stairs.
Remember
So
when
I
we-
bounced down on my butt.
Remember we were delivering lunch one time and I lost my teeth out here in the
Yes.
car?
Your what?
My teeth went up into my
Oh,
nose.
yes.
And I got blamed for it. But she was the one that was
I
driving.
was driving.
We were going out to get Kai's lunch, weren't we?
No, you were
I was
bringing
giving
me to
Joyce
me.
lunch.
Oh, Joyce.
And
I'm-
Steve Vingy was with.
Mom and Donna went to Fargo.
It was Steve.
Yeah,
Shopping.
and I was standing up on the seat and you hit a brake or something like that,
Yeah.
hit a bump, and I went into the dash and my teeth.
And Steve was standing by me, and I put my arms out, and I couldn't reach far enough to stop Kim, and he jammed his teeth right up into his gums.
Right into the dash.
And there were marks on the dash from his two little teeth.
I do remember that. That was a memorable.
And then the poor kid, it was so sore that he wouldn't eat.
Yeah.
Only June could finally get him to, I think, suck on a straw.
No, just drank milk.
I was getting dehydrated.
Yeah.
And once he started drinking, it was bottoms up.
the milkman was here.
Yep, he was.
It was what?
Oh, the milkman sent the cow.
Yeah, that's the milkman coming to pick up the milk.
No.
The 10-gallon cans.
Where are those 3 trees that are still out there?
Well, they were here now.
Were they over here? Those 5
There
trees?
there was
Or
five.
were they out here?
No, they're right out here.
They weren't planted yet.
No.
Weren't they elm, Kyler?
Yeah,
You saved 5.
yeah, but the 2 of them died.
2 of them died. I figured it was you and June.
She's so sweet.
Well, it's either you and June, you and Kyler, or Kim and Karen, because I was in the middle. That
Yeah,
tree's still
yeah.
standing.
Oh, you're full of shit.
I can remember Joyce driving the tractor, pulling the stone boat, and Dad was standing on the stone boat trying to hold the
Cans
empty
down.
green milk cans on, because it was kind of flooded.
Yeah, it was flooded.
And she turned in by the horse barn, and Dad lost his footing.
Well, I had to stop to open the gate.
And anyway, he lost his balance in the water,
Well,
and
he was sick
and he
then.
was
The
sick.
cans went out like
And
this.
he went under that mucky
Manure.
manure water.
Wasn't there a water trough out here?
Right in here.
Right in here, right?
Yeah.
Was it a wood one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the one at Franken Face?
Yeah.
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 Well, I think that's the one when Mom and Dad were out milking the cows, and she went in to go into the house to make supper, and the bull went after her. And she runs and she literally leaped over that thing, and Mom turned around and looked at Dad, and he's standing in the cow barn, smiling and laughing.
She didn't think it was so funny.
No, she didn't think it was very funny.
Not if you had a bull after you.
Huh? No.
When I was little, a turkey hen had a nest out here, and I would go out and torment her. And she chased me all the way to the house.
Well,
What, a turkey?
The turkey.
I remember Mom over here, she'd cut the heads off chickens.
Oh, yeah.
When she had like a big stump, and then she had 2 nails sticking up, and she'd grab them by the feet, stick their head in between those 2 nails, then take the hatchet and smack the head off. And then what she'd do is she'd let go of it.
Hold 'em. No, she'd hold 'em for a while.
Well, no, but then she'd let go, and of course rigor mortis hadn't said, so they'd be chasing me around the yard with blood squirting out where their head was. I was scared out of my mind. I'd run toward the ditch over here. No matter where I went, they followed.
I remember one time Uncle Edison borrowed Dad's truck, and he had a brand new Plymouth car.
Who did?
Edison?
Yeah, yeah.
He had a new what?
A brand new Plymouth car, Uncle
Yeah.
Edison. Well, I was upstairs in the bathroom, and I could see out. Well, all of a sudden, in pulls Joyce's, Edison's car. She runs up the stairs. I said, "What's going on?" She says, "I just got to get my driver's license." She was out. She took Uncle Edison's car for a test drive to see how good it was.
Without permission.
No,
Oh, yeah, she was going in and out of ditches and out in the field. There's a cop, state patrol.
Oh,
The highway patrolman saw me from the highway.
Oh, he was running. You were running from the cops.
No.
No, he followed me home then. He
where's
got
your
off the
license,
highway because he
little
saw
girl?
me doing it. He followed me home and he said, I had to go up and get my driver's license. I see you haven't had it too long.
He says,
In the meantime, I'm thinking, get out of here, because I knew Mom was going to be coming home.
When I learned to drive, I went around and around this yard light
Oh.
in first gear with that red pickup. That Ford or whatever it was, that old Ford pickup with the fuel tank in the back. Did you have an old red pickup?
Oh, yeah.
It's 3 in a tree?
No, it was 4 on the floor.
Oh, well, all I know is I was in first gear and I was just going around and
Brandy,
around and around.
Oh, yeah, that was,
You didn't do a figure 8, huh?
I got dizzy.
I think it was a 54 or something
Yeah.
pickup.
With wood box.
Yeah. Well, no, it had a metal box, but it had a wood floor.
That was it. That's how I learned to drive. I was probably 4.
Was Grandma the one that drugged the goat?
huh?
Was Grandma the one that drugged the goat
I
behind?
don't know if that was a cousin. Babe.
Tell what Babe did.
Huh?
What Babe did.
Oh, Babe, it's a cousin of Mom's.
Oh,
And-
Babe. Yeah, McAllister.
Babe. Remember Babe?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She's a
and
character.
there was- And they lived here, and Albert and his wife
Yeah.
and kids lived over there. Well, there was a tornado forecast, and then.
And Bruce lived in the middle.
And anyway, Babe jumps in the pickup. Well, she forgot the ram was tied on the back of the back bumper. And she drives over to Albert's, and somebody asked her if the ram was dead. She says, "Well, his neck was that long."
She was a big storyteller.
Oh, she's just like her dad, Uncle Andy. Yeah, yeah. She was a character.
This wasn't a gravel road anymore, when I was young. And
It's dirt?
it was dirt road. And the Pine River folks would come up and then they'd park their car on 81
And walking.
and walk
When it was wet?
when it was muddy.
Gumbo.
And their feet were they kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, from that gumbo.
Well, high heels.
And they always complained that in Minnesota that wouldn't happen because it was sandy.
Sandy soil.
Right.
You don't make much money on sandy soil.
And then they'd get the Hershey squirts because they drink the alkaline water.
Now that's nasty.
And they always said it was so boring in North Dakota because there weren't any trees. Like Minnesota.
Oh, that's some fun times.
They didn't like that salt water, right?
No, that alkaline water finished them off.
Ran right through them, did it? Were you trying to not get them to come back or what?
I'll tell you something that Joyce and I did. We were kind of young and kind of bored, I guess. We didn't have video games.
What?
We didn't have any video games.
So we
No, they didn't exist.
caught a frog.
Huh?
We caught a frog.
Oh.
We played that night over with the Burley kids over that barn.
Or the haystack out here. But go ahead with your story, June.
Well, they'd cut the wheat down.
I know what you're doing because I did it too. They float really good.
But they didn't go put. Because I blew air in them.
You have to stick a piece of wheat straw in their butt and blow them up, and then they go like this in the water.
I was disappointed. We didn't have video games.
They threw their legs couldn't travel.
That was cruel.
We were laughing.
I guess that must have been a family tradition because it carried over to me.
It's in the genes.
You heard the stories, Kim.
So I had to try it too. It worked.
I didn't know you did it too.
You weren't supposed to suck on that straw.
Yeah, blow in there. I didn't suck it in, I'll tell you right now. One of them probably would have told me to do it.
No, Karen was always a sweet one.
Never heard her.
But I threw an apple at her.
And missed.
You know, you ducked.
Tell on Kim, when you were cleaning out Mom's library, when you had all the books stacked just perfect.
Yeah. And he was just a toddler, I suppose.
Well, last year.
And I was always, I was excited about having a little baby brother, being 9 when he was born. And so I was always pretty good with him, I thought, until I was working in that room and stacking books, going to rearrange them for Mom, and he came in and whoosh, and I just grabbed him and left the room.
Mom wasn't very impressed with me either. Remember where the piano was sitting? I think it was their bedroom at one time.
Yeah.
It was up against that
North wall.
that northeast wall of the bedroom. I think the pantry was on the other side. Well, I wasn't very old, and I took a hammer after the keys on the piano.
He was a brat, wasn't he?
all the ends of the I wasn't very all the ends of the keys were busted off. Chunks off.
We didn't sell that piano for much.
I had to practice on it.
Another thing he did, we had a dog Mitzi.
A what?
A dog Mitzi.
Betsy?
Mitzi.
Oh, Mitzi.
Oh.
Remember her car?
Dog
Oh,
with,
yeah.
and she was
That was
pretty.
my dog.
She was white
It was
with a
white,
one
and
brown
one
ear.
brown.
Anyway,
over
we
the
had
head.
a rain cistern where the Eve Johnson, when they had a rain, they would go there and just use
Didn't have to buy water that way.
No, we didn't drink that.
No, we didn't have to buy it. We bathed in it. We didn't have to buy water for that. We just
Oh,
took it.
right,
Yeah.
to bathe and wash clothes. But anyway, he's just I suppose you were 4 or 5. He's standing on one side of the cistern,
Did I pee in it?
and the dog's over here, and he's peeing, and the dog's drinking.
God. I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. I was supposed to be taking care of you, and I looked out the kitchen window. Oh, well.
Well, all I remember is if I ever use foul language, I had 3 of you that had me up on the sink, that wide sink where they were with lava soap in my mouth.
Well, Camp June, I know that taste.
I did too.
Well, thanks a lot, because the two of you gave it to me.
Well,
That didn't work though.
I was out in a horse barn or something with Dad, and he swore.
Well, sure it did.
You know, I come in the house and I don't know what I said or anyway I swore. And Mom says, "Where are you getting that language?" And I says, "Dad, what could Mom say?" You know. And the only thing when Dad never touched us, Mom didn't either, other than she might take the fly swatter and tap you on the top of the head.
Well, she took after me with a spoon one time, but she couldn't catch me.
You probably deserved
Because
it.
I darn near set the thing on fire the year before.
Oh, just messing around with
Matches. I was out there with that flax straw, and she took after me with a spoon. Well, I thought, well, good God, the next year you burned the house down, or almost burned the house down doing the same thing.
Oh man, oh man.
Cameron talks about that, where he was there
When the fire or the
when my mom was chasing me around the yard with a spoon.
When the volunteer fire department come out, and they were taking the furniture and stuff out of the house. Jack Larson come home with a hula hoop.
That's what he carried out with a hula hoop, Jack.
An old
Yeah, I was
bachelor.
over Kyler and I'd been out in the field and somebody called and they said they'd heard your house on fire because they heard a Colwell farm. There was a house on fire. We said, no. We just continued eating and then finally, I don't know, somebody called you.
Well, it's funny they put it out because the only thing they were good at saving
So by the
was basements.
time we got over there, it was all over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing they were ever good at saving were basements.
Here we are.
The volunteer fire department.
Save the land, or like you said, the basement.
Foundation. Okay, anybody else got more stories? I'm tired of this crap.
Pardon?
We gotta go.
We're done.
We're done.
Awesome.